this webinar is about data evolution, and our first speaker is Mr. Oluwatobi Tanimonure. And Mr. Oluwatobi Tanimonure is a data analyst, a business intelligence specialist, and he has over 6 years of experience in this industry. Over the years, he has been a help to a lot of students, and some of his students are even in this webinar right now. An entrepreneur, he has been of help to business owners, professionals, and he has a very wide understanding on data and how this data can help us make better decisions and grow our business. He also believes that data analysis should be simple, practical, and accessible to everyone. It's not just about a bunch of numbers and Excel sheets, but everybody should be able to read it easily when they come across it at first. So today he's going to be speaking on the evolution of the data analysis workflow and the power of leveraging artificial intelligence. Please help me join and welcome Mr. Oluwatobi Tanimonure.
Thank you. Mic check. Let me know if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. I can see some of my people in the house. I see Precious. Mr. David, nice having you here. Mr. Anipon Jacob, thank you. Ayolua, thank you also. Let me see. I saw Rukaya. Okay, yes. Okay. Let me see that. So we have Rukayat and Precious also too. 18 Buck James, thank you all for joining us. Like more people are going to also join. So just going to keep it. We have a whole lot to discuss today, and we are all loaded and ready to actually share what we have for you. All right, so I think I've been introduced, right? My name is Toby. I'm a data guy. For the past, I was reflecting back, and it has been a whole journey. It started since 2021 to this 2026. I'm actually still in the game, learning. Yes, there have been some transitions in the space. Okay, if you notice, it's not the same notebooks or like my notes I used to teach back then that I'm still using right now. Why? Many things that I actually learned there are now done really much more faster. Okay, so that's why we named this the data analysis evolution. That means that there has been a growth. And how I want to start with this is that I want to break it very simple. Like the goal here is not just to come and show knowledge. The goal is to make sure you leave here with something. Okay, and so this is going to help many others to be able to at least understand the basics of what is happening in the space. Okay, and we're going to start in the beginning now. Let's use this kind of analogy to describe this. Like we all know, back then, let me use a kind of example or a storyline of a farmer. A farmer was using a hoe, but only him on his own was weeding. After he weeds, he plants seed. After he plants seed, he bags them, he takes them to, he's doing everything by himself. Okay, so that's like the farmer. He does everything by himself. But now something else is now happening. Now, what is happening is that now there's more demand for his products, but he's the only one doing it. So he now finds a way, okay, how can I be able to multiply myself? What limits men is that no matter how rich or poor you are, we all have 24 hours. So how do you now do that? How can you split yourself? That's by getting more people that are going to support you in what you're doing. Okay, so maybe he now employs 10 people, okay, and now he's able to now gain that process. Then guess what happened? We now had what is called the industrial age, the age of machines. We started to see things like tractors and everything started coming into space. So what now happened is that now there's no need to actually even have those 10 people because there's something that is much more productive. Okay, so instead of having 10 people digging the hole, I'm using this as a simple example. Now, one person driving a tractor can still do the same work that 10 people were doing. They get tired, they get ready, they don't show up, the rain is falling, they can't walk. But with a tractor, it can actually go on by itself. But guess what's happening? A tractor on its own doesn't have intelligence. It's the driver with the intelligence that knows how to direct the tractor. So what is happening is that we are in the age right now whereby we have done the manpower part, people using their physical strength. We have done the machines part, that's the output of tractors, computers, and devices, cars to go faster. But now we are more in the intelligence part, in the sense that, okay, the driver might make mistakes, he might be sick, he might be ill and everything. Is there a way that all these reports, the data the driver has been sending about the past how to run the machines and everything. He has been storing them. Let me just use it like in a book. Like, okay, so there's a database that has all the patterns, that has all the records, that has every way to operate these tractors and to run this business well. Okay, so now those data has been existing since. So right now, what is happening is that we are not finding a way. How can we now use that data to train a model that can, without a person being present on the tractor can begin to what? Operate himself. So this is the rise of what? Artificial intelligence. What we are just doing is that artificial intelligence is just helping to be able to transact things that human beings, repetitive tasks especially, that we have been doing manually, and how we can now do what? Automate it. All right, so I just tried to say that story so that we're going to be relating with the flow. So each time we hear AI, we're not trying to say, we're trying to confuse people. Now, like right now, there's a huge buzz with AI this, AI that. So the goal of this course right now and this webinar is to be able to, okay, let us break what's happening down. And that's why I'm standing from Genesis to the Revelation now, all right? So I'm not going to narrow it to myself as a data analyst. That last some of like Emanipon Jacob here was my student, I think 2023 and 4 like that. And now he's doing big things now in the automation space and the rest. So what was happening? The same way I was doing things like back then, it's not the same way I'm doing things right now. Just like imagine like after 6 years, I'm still trying to analyze data the same way I taught them back then. What is happening is that you yourself, you might be doing it, but if you go to check your competitors, if you go to check what is happening internationally and the what standards that are being held globally, you notice that what there's actually what a difference that has occurred. All right. So I'm going to still talk more about this. I'm going to be speaking also about some top 5 AI skills you should be able to learn, how you can also monetize it. But right now, let me just go into a practical. I'm going to show you how we actually do like data analysis manually from like I use the Excel sheet and how we have to now take time to create a dashboard. But right now, those tasks can take me like 4 to 5 hours. But right now, I'm still going to now show us how I'm using AI now. Just the same work I'm doing, but it's going to be much more faster and much more better. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing that screen right now. Let me go to my Excel sheet. Let me share this tab. All right, so this is a Excel sheet for a Nigerian marketing data. All right, so this is a factual like improvised like data set so that we're going to see what it's all about. At first of all, when I have to define like a data analysis, I want to say this now. Data analysis is you just taking information and trying to get something meaningful out of them. If you see this spreadsheet now, we have various numbers, various charts. It's very like disorganized. All right, so like we now need a process whereby you have to take this data, pass it through some process to get the output. And that's what like I'm still going to speak about more later. I will like, okay, what actually the business, what is results? Nobody, like if you go to the restaurant, like don't care about the pot they used to cook. You want to make sure the meal is actually what perfect. So when a client reach out to you that okay, I'm trying to get projections, I'm trying to get descriptive analysis of our sales data and the rest, they don't care about the method that you're using. What they care about is like the output you're able to bring out. So this is what I'm saying that okay, I know like the client does not need to know the process you're taking. What the need is what is the output. Okay, so now before I fed this data into AI, I was one that actually reached out to the client. We discussed. I know what the client wants, and I have a background. So like I'm not just coming like with something random or something that I don't have like knowledge about. Now, what I'm going to try to do is now like I'm going to now take this data and I try to work it manually. So now, like I will not have to explain what marketing data is, sales funnel, conversions, ad spends, and impressions like that. Like I'll just show us the process. Okay, so I'm going to share, this is a tab. And normally when I'm working with a data set like this, once I've been able to clean the data set, I've checked the rows, I've checked the columns, checked for blank spaces. Then now, like I'm now going to like create a pivot table. Then from there, like I'm not going to create a kind of a dashboard. All this kind of things take time. Sometimes I make errors. I go back to change, work on like change like the insights, some formulas, all that. Right. So, but now, like right now, with artificial like intelligence, the same data I have. Let me go to Gemini now. Let me share this tab from the Gemini tab. So now, with the same data I have now, and I fed that same data into what we have here right now, right? And what is happening is that I get Gemini in this like data set, and I said that okay, like going to actually write a code for Claude AI to be able to help me with streamline and create a dashboard out of this. Okay, so now what will happen now? Once I like drop that data for like the AI to help me to analyze it now, then I took that data right to what we have here, which is like the Claude interface. Okay, right? So now this is the Claude interface, and guess what? What you're seeing right now on my screen. So let me split it like this. So this is the prompt I did to Claude here. So this is the prompt we have over here. So if you notice, like I just wrote some code that says several things, and now something that should take me longer days to actually do and the rest. This is the output I actually have now, right? So this is the result of it. So I have like the total outspend. This company has spent like over like 250 million, right? The total revenue, the total conversion, and now it now broke down to spend by revenue, spend by channel. So they now went to the revenue per growth, the performance per campaign, and all that. So you can see what I'm trying to show you now is that normally, apps like a manipulator like Jacob right now, we use Excel, we create background, or we'll go to Power BI or Tableau, try to create all those things manually, change colors, writing dark formulas and functions, several things like just going random and random and random. And like most times now, when we have like, okay, 4, 6 clients and you're trying to rush, so you make sure that, okay, like you're not trying to split me, you call your friend, okay, can you help me and just work on this task? I'll pay you like 30%. Several things like that. Too much of work will come in. But right now, and I can be able to now like use this data set. Once I will get like, okay, now I'm trying to like reach out to a client and the rest. I'm not just going like, I'm the best data analyst in the house, this and this. No, 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 no. I'm going with at least a kind of a sample that is close to what they are doing. I'm sure like Mr. David is still going to speak about this also more. I'm not going there to go and start to, okay, I can do this, I can do this. What people are interested in is in the value. And what for people to actually work with you or buy from you, we know that they must know, like, and trust you. Okay, so now that now what brings me to here that okay, in just a few minutes, when I'm having a conversation with a client, I'm able to generate and produce some value that is going to be added to that client. So it's going to say, okay, since everyone has still sending the generic CV and the rest like that, this person is not coming like to seek for a job. He's coming like a brand himself. Okay, so those are the two things, but let me not go into that. So what I'm just trying to show you is this now, that there's a whole lot of process. Watch, but it's not cloud AI that will now go and help me to present this same data set to my client or like I would don't write and please check these things and like no. This, like the same way I'm speaking to you guys, it's the same way I'm going to be like on the call. Like no matter where you are in the world, okay, this is not the days of people saying they are camera shy or something like that. Job interview are online, everything now is online. So that is like we're at the age of what the personal brand, and last time you noticed like the top 10 growing youths and the rest are those people in the content creation space. Why? Because of what money is driven to attention, and what attention is retained by the value you have. So each time like I get people my DM, so I've been in this data space for long. So what do you think I can do? Different questions and all that. I'll say the first thing is to identify your value. Me, I know okay, this is the path I picked. Okay, and that's why I've noticed I've been building myself several in the past. Because of that this is a path for you to pick, not that after I've learned Excel, I raise my hand up, I'm done with learning or anything. No. That is just what the beginning. And now what we're not saying, okay, I know how to do this manually very well, but there are things that what are happening, changes that are coming in. How can I be able to now leverage what is happening? Okay, so I just walk off throughout those processes and what we have now. So this is just like a practical presentation of what I do. So now I'm going to now be going to my top 5. Let me show you guys this. So there are a lot of ways to actually leverage artificial intelligence and all that. So I'm just going to give you guys the top 5 ways you can actually leverage AI in this space. Okay, if you notice, this is just a webinar to open your eyes to what is happening. It's a gradual process. Like not because of it came to this webinar, you're set for life. No, this is just like a seed we're planting. So after this webinar, you're supposed to go and water it more, learn more about it. You're not here by mistake. Okay, this is like once you're here, like you just to create that kind of direction for you, that light you need to actually build. Okay, so I'm going to now go to the next place of this type. So I'm looking at, I'll be speaking about now the top 5 business opportunities you can actually get with what artificial intelligence. These are not the only one. There are lots and lot of things you can do with what AI. Okay, so the first one is like what Mr. Emanifon Jacob is still going to tell us about autonomous agents, okay, and what, and we also have like cyber security. So when you're building workflows with multiple systems and the rest, there are a lot of things that actually happen. And like this place, like AI agent is very in high demand right now, okay? Lots of clients are trying to work with it. Lots of companies are looking about how to be able to integrate their workflows and the rest. The second thing that space is that the cyber security. You have been hearing about hacking and all that. Just like recently, we saw what happened to Claude AI. They released a kind of a higher version of Claude, and guess what happens? The government of the United States just sent them a text like 20 minutes after that what happened, that this code you broke, like you wrote, this version you released broke through all the defense systems and the database of the United States government. That's like people's private records, company records, different CIA records, lots and lots of things. So just like right now, outside like open cloud now, they'll show you that what that version is no more what available. So if you notice that if you're a cyber analyst back then, you were doing like trying to find bugs yourself or all that. The people that are hacking now, they're not hacking with it manually, they're hacking with AI. So like if you're actually dragging with another guy that he learns codes and the rest, no. Now this is machine versus machine. Okay, so that means that what you should be able to position yourself how you can actually be using AI for what cyber defense and all that. Okay, so the second point is the AI consulting part, which leads us to when we're trying to run audits to help businesses leverage AI in how they actually carry out their business. Then also we have lead generation. We know that a business is like, I remember like some of the CIPM trainings I took. I see some of us here. We spoke about business for like 3 months, from the genesis to the revelation of business. Each day of the week, we're just like the same way I'm speaking to you guys now was how we're speaking about the evolution of businesses and the rest. All right. And we now said like what a business is the exchange of goods and services for profit. And guess what? The more customers a business have, the more revenue they are supposed to make. And so for you to get customers, you need leads. For you to need leads, you need to be able to push things out there. So now we can now use like AI to be able to generate those leads, okay, and to be able to now evaluate them. Then what you're now trying to now do now, okay, now trying to now sort it out and not trying to deliver the value. Okay, if you have a bad product, no matter how many leads you generate, it's not going to work out. Okay, so the first thing is for you to actually also identify the product, and this is not just for businesses as an entrepreneur and the rest. You can also use lead gen. So there are lots of people helping businesses now. Like just send an email to them. I have this kind of like 10, 20 people that you can reach out to that will need your goods or services. Okay, so you're acting as like the middleman. And the last one I'll do is like the AI voice and front desk. So if you're working as a customer service rep or something like that, we know that what the AI voice agency has been doing and doing what a whole lot of things in that space. All right. So my final words for you guys today is that what there are lots and lots of things that have been involving. Okay, I cannot even scratch like half of it right now. What has been involving. The thing is that don't have this one searching lots and lots of information everywhere. Okay, the first thing is that you want to actually get the direction you need, and now data has been evolving. Me, I'm speaking from the point of a business analyst. I work with businesses a lot. I work with business data, and I just show us a sample of how I actually carry out these tasks. What I was doing like manually on Microsoft Excel, that I'll come here, take this data, like go through there, write my objectives, now start to find which table match. I'll now come here to do some analysis, to create some dashboard. Instead of me doing all that, now I'm using like Gemini I will feed my data to Gemini, help me to write a code for Claude. I will now go to Claude now, tell Claude to be able to use like the data they have of me and now try to get the dashboard. So this is the whole process that I've been able to take just based on what the knowledge I have been having. All right. So I'm going to round up here with what I'm saying. So just know that things have been changing. All right. So you should be able to know how to position yourself well. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for that. That was such an impactful and eye-opening session. It just proved to show us that You never stop learning. What we learned before is already upgraded. We need to always be in sync. We always need to be keep with the trends of learning and knowledge and AI. Please, if you have any questions, you can signify, and you can also type in the chat if you have any questions for our speaker. And he also talked about how we use AI in everything. Like me now, I work in like the sustainability industry. We deal with e-waste and stuff like that. And we have been able to use AI to compute our carbon credits, use AI to check what's the saturation of carbon, oxygen in the environment. Because everything you're doing, we use it also for our like computing, automations, and our our processes and data, because we have a lot of data coming in from the things we pick, our sorting and everything. It just makes a lot of sense, and AI makes things easier. So please, let's try not to just streamline our eyes to what we know, but be open to learning new things. So if you guys have any questions, please put it on the chat box. For me now, I would like to ask our speaker that as a data analyst, what do you think is the best niche in business to use AI?
All right. For that question now, what I'm going to say is like this now. Like we all know, like AI can be used in various work and industries, okay? So, like in
Mm,
my view now, like one of the niche I've been able to actually work on and I've been able to, like, it really helped me, like, actually express myself has been the AI consulting niche, okay? That's when you're trying to use AI to be able to streamline the processes of a business. But the first thing is that you must have the understanding of what to do, how to make money, how to run their operations. Okay, so it's when you have a very good understanding of that, then I know, okay, how can I find a way to automate the repeated tasks? Like not if you're trying to change everything in the brand or in the company. What you're just trying to do is okay, like and maybe when you first come the money, they send news to customers like about like latest prices. They now go to those prices now, like get a response from the like the vendors. Then like that with a whole lot of things like they actually do. So the first thing I'm going to just do is be able to automate them. And like now, like I'm now offering AI as a service. So I'm going to like look at your business, see what you guys are doing. Then I'll now find a way. Okay, how can I bring in artificial intelligence with that? So and we are like in a state whereby once you open like the news, all business owners and managers are hearing if you're not in AI, you're wrong. This company is doing AI, this country is doing AI. So they really want to get into the space, but they don't really know how to. So if you're now coming as a, like it must be now the key to AI that okay, yeah, like just tell me what you guys do. Let me understand your business processes, and also to I cannot be able to help you guys automate this aspect. Like I cannot do what this aspect or like the other aspects. Okay, so like just to be able to understand that, and there's no brand in this world right now that you like if AI does not really have something to do with. Yes, you can say everybody has ChatGPT, everybody has Claude. What might not really see that not everybody has the time, not everybody has the energy or the schedule to do that. That's why they're looking for people that are going to be able to outsource that. Okay, so one of the needs for me I can say is that what is the AI consulting niche. That is a need that will keep on growing. Next year, like there'll be new brands that are coming. There'll be some people that are trying to access. So how can I actually use AI to upskill, to run my marketing, to run my sales, and to store my data and all that. So I think that niche is going to be a very solid niche. Thank you.
all right. Thank you so much for that. That was a lovely answer. So you also talked about training and teaching people. So as a coach, which method of training you think is more effective?
Is like there's a way we actually learn these days. Yeah, we have the random way of learning and the structured way of learning, whereby you go to YouTube and yes, there's nothing in this world right now that you cannot learn online. Okay, if you go to YouTube, you go to blog posts and the rest, there are a lot of things outside there. But like you notice, like most of us when we were growing up, we always had that structure way from school to having a coach, having a teacher, and the rest like that. And what really like helped us because of, we have like accountability at the end, you write your exams, you have somebody that is calling you, checking up on you, and all that. Okay, so those people there, there are some people that say they are self-taught, but not everybody are wired to be self-taught. Many of us need somebody to actually like hold our hands and draw. Most of the things I learned basically was when I actually, yeah, I've been learning randomly and rest, but when I had like a class with training or like in the academy that was able to now like work in or something like that, it gave me this kind of much more prepared way. It really helped me. There's some mistakes I might have made, but the coach was able to has already made that like those mistakes and the rest. So it just made my path faster. So like I hear people saying, okay, I've been going online on YouTube. There's somebody in my DM that I've been going online on YouTube for the last week. Like she was enter my DM like, so I'm going to register for your course one day or something like that. And so the procrastination, like learning this, learning that, learning this, like this person will say, oh, it's Excel you must use for this. Another person will go, oh, this Power BI you must use for this. All right. But when you have a coach and like he has the direction and knows what you're doing, so like guys are going to be growing together. So yes, you can learn everything online, but based on how fast you want to grow, based on how structured you want to actually grow, then like I think you having that kind of covering and direction, it just helps you to learn what faster. And that's why we will notice for this like an AI tool, that's some like those people that reach out to me, okay, how can I even get into like the AI space and the rest? And that's why I was like, okay, I was still going to have like a kind of like AI like academy where very soon, but I was teaching how to use businesses. And one of those things that actually like shows like an example right now, like I'm releasing some materials just to be able to guide us how we can actually do this and ourselves and all that. So based on where you are, but like all know we are humans, right? Lots of distractions and the rest. So when you have a shepherd, a sheep can be able to take direction faster and the rest. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. That was lovely. When you have a shepherd, a sheep will know where to go, will take direction easily.